Continuing with the works model. Works is a brain hack that helps you understand business concepts in a simple way. It's easier. Acronyms are so much easier to remember. So works, we're talking about doing the work that God called you to do. And once you define your vision, now you need to get to work, right? So the works model stands for wisdom, operations, rest, knowledge, and skills. And so yesterday I talked about wisdom. Today I want to talk about operations. And this is kind of near and dear to my heart. Kind of an operations nerd. Systems and processes, I love them. Charts make me happy. You can see, makes me want to dance. And so operations consist of the systems and processes, and I'm going to read a bunch of stuff here tonight, but it's the systems and processes that make your ideas and your team work. Operations relates to everything that you're trying to accomplish. Like, there is not one client I've ever had, no matter how small or how large, major corporation, everybody always needed better, stronger, more consistent operations. And I build brands, right? I'm the founder of Adam Red. It's a branding agency. And we basically help you tell your story and create experiences. And I realized when I was looking at this, your operations, and let me read it exactly how I wrote it down, because I was trying to understand how I wanted to say it myself. But the revelation I got just before I started is basically that vision is the brand story that you tell. But the purpose of your systems and your processes is to create an experience that includes your audience. So as I'm building my brand, I'm telling you what my vision is. I'm telling you, I'm defining my identity for you. Remember the V.I.V.I.D model. I'm defining my core message so that I can communicate effectively with you who I am, what I'm trying to do, the problem that I'm solving. I uncover missing information so that I know exactly how I'm going to go about establishing this vision. Then I commit to my own development and define who I need to become in order to deliver on this story that I'm telling you. But once you start getting to work on that vision, after you've gone through that first phase of the V.I.V.I.D model, you've used that to define your original strategy so that you can communicate, tell the story of what it is you're trying to accomplish, then you got to get to work. But the vision is the story you're telling, but you're telling this story so that you can include other people in it. And if you don't have systems and processes set up so that they can kind of join in with you, that's part of your wisdom gap. It's the difference between where you are right now and where you want to be. So if you want to be whatever you're building, like insert, like in the blank, this is the blank, in the blank, insert whatever it is you're trying to do. So whatever that is, if you're trying to do that, you need to tell the story about that effectively to the right people, the people who need it, the people who can support with you, the people who can partner with you, and the people who will give you their money. But they can't give you their money in a meaningful way if they don't understand how they fit into that story of whatever that thing is. It could be how you are going to solve their problem, how you are going to make them feel, how you are going to help them feel like they belong, like all of the things. If you think about your favorite brands, I can name a bunch of them. I'm a brand girl. You can tell me a good story and sell me anything pretty much. But I love beauty, pleasure, and sweetness. I teach the art, science, and psychology of entrepreneurship, and I love the art of it. But the art is not just about how it looks, it's how it functions, it's how it helps people feel, it's how it fits into their lives. I just placed an order. I get caught on Instagram way too many times, but I just placed an order for some foundation or something, and all the things, and I'm just watching the whole process. They deliver that thing to me so quick, and the box is beautiful. The messaging is on point. It's personal, all the things. So that is an experience that they have created for me. So I can't wait. I've taken my shower for the night. I had my walk. I got all the sweat off. You can see I'm gleaming. My husband says I'm buffed and polished. So I'm buffed and polished, ready to go to bed. But tomorrow, I can't wait to get in my mirror and see if I get the same experience that all those people on Instagram have said they had, right? If they're color matched, if they love the foundation. I will lose my mind if I love this foundation, and then they will have me forever, right? Because, not just because it's a great color or it's a good foundation. I've had great foundations, so that's not a novelty. It's the experience they have created for me that led to a sale that now has delivered to my home. But someone took the time to plan that out. And so when you are just starting out, the tendency is to believe that none of that matters for you. It's only for the big guys. Or you can have such a big bureaucratic situation built that it looks like you could never change it. But the bottom line is you can, because you have to take a good look at your systems and processes. So that's a very long introduction, but I really mean that. I'm feeling that. Like, systems and operations are really boring on the surface, but they probably are the most exciting part of brand building. Because when you figure out the perfect thing to say to somebody to welcome them, when you figure out the very next piece of information that you're going to need, when you provide that ahead of time, when it's automated, when it's personalized, when it's customized to them, and it looks and feels like you just took the time to sit there and type it just for them, but it's automated and you didn't have to go through all that because you leverage technology. That is a beautiful thing. And it frees you to be the visionary. It frees you to focus on building and growing and communicating and sharing, and not like putting stamps on envelopes or all the things that we as independent entrepreneurs get caught doing all the time. Anyway, again, I'm going to stop babbling about that, but it's super important. So really the ultimate benefit of defining your systems and your processes is that it turns casual interactions into lasting relationships. That's what you're trying to do. Whatever it is, if you're in a ministry, you're trying to turn a casual relationship, somebody coming in, hearing a message from you, you want to turn that casual relationship into that casual interaction into a lasting relationship. You want them to you want to see them become disciples. You want to see them grow and change. You want to see their family impacted. You want to see their lives change. But you get there by defining the process, your systems and your process, and the experience, including them in the experience of your story. If you have a product that you are selling, it's the same thing. No matter what, it's the same concept. You are trying to turn that casual relationship. If all you are doing is completing transactions with people, they're just buying earrings. My sister and I make earrings. We crochet. We do all kinds of stuff. So if you can buy a hat, you can buy some earrings, you can buy a necklace. If you're just going to do that one thing, now I've got to go and do that. I've got to expend so much energy to go and find another person to do that very same thing. I have made this thing really hard for myself if that is how I'm operating a business. And so many of us are doing that without understanding that we have to take the time to establish systems and processes so that we can turn casual interactions into lasting relationships. I feel like I've been talking so long now, I really should just end it there, but I got a few more points. So, and I was hesitant about these points because it's more than I normally do. Usually I try to keep it very short and simple, but I feel like you need to know like these 5 other things. And I'm just going to just say them and not talk a whole lot, I promise, I think. So you need to seamlessly integrate your strategy, technology, and creativity. We get an idea. We think it's the best thing since sliced bread. We go whole hog. We buy all the stuff we need. We talk about it. We set it up. We, rent the building. We do whatever. And we think that we're done. But you've got to have a strategy that you're starting with. Then you've got to link some technology to it, especially now. Our lives are so much easier and we can do so much more with technology. But you got to grow and change and try it, right? And test. But you got to match those two things with your creativity seamlessly. And you do that through systems and processes. You need to manage complexity with automation. Again, it sounds so fancy. So when you buy something on Amazon, what's the process? They send you a confirmation. They send you a couple days later, they'll send you a notification that it's shipped. And then after it's shipped, then they'll start sending you updates. Oh, your package is out for delivery. As soon as it's delivered, what happens? You get another message from them. Hey, how did we do? Can you rate our delivery? Then you get another message. Hey, how you like that product? Will you write a review? That is an automated process that you can employ in your own business. You do not have, you can't really afford to wait until you have millions of dollars and hundreds of employees before you even think about that. I said I wasn't going to talk a lot. I'm sorry. But so you need to manage complexity by automating. And automation is not an end all and be all. You don't just set something up and then it's done and you never have to look at it ever again. But most of us are out here hustling, working hard. We've learned a lot, done a lot, failed a lot. So we know a lot about how to get things done. And sometimes it might feel like it's easier to just make a thing happen yourself because you know. And instead of taking the time to establish processes, train people, test it, that feels really hard. But really, if you're not doing that, you are basically creating the worst job in ever. Like you'll never be free from it because then you have to do everything. But because you have done so much, because you have learned so much, because you are able to do so much with so little, you have a superpower that if you take the time to automate even one piece of the process, you are going to free yourself up. It's going to change your world, but more importantly, it's going to help other people. It's going to bring them into the experience of what you're trying to create. And that's how you are going to have repeat customers, strong client relationships, referrals, where you're not going to have to be going out doing the same thing, finding people over and over, that other people are going to become evangelists for you. Systems and processes all day long. Okay. And then, let's see. It also helps you, your systems and processes, defining your operations helps you establish an unmistakable presence that captivates and retains. Like I said, I got this beautiful box and this extra bonus prize present, some anti-aging, blah, blah, blah. And I cannot wait. Everything is beautiful and it came to me so quickly. And so I can't wait. So again, they are going to keep me if this turns out to be good. Okay. And then you want to, your systematized execution is going to help make your vision a reality. Doesn't matter how beautiful the picture is out on the horizon if you can't make it happen. And you're not going to make it happen without systems and processes. And then the last piece I want to say is that you're going to achieve predictable success. Because as you start establishing your systems and processes, you're going to be collecting data that's going to help you make better decisions and to even monitor like where you are, monitor your progress. Whereas if you don't have any of that, again, it's all in your head, and that's a recipe for overwhelm. So we don't want that. We want to take the time to establish our operations so that we can not only tell our brand story, but that we can include other people in the experience in a way that helps us build long-term relationships.